Hold on one moment. Okay, good evening, everybody. Happy New Year. We haven't met since December, so I'm happy to see everyone here in the room. I'd like to call this meeting of the Committee of Precinct Chairs to order. It's January 15th, 2026, 7:00 p.m. here in Town Hall at the Great Hall Meeting Room. I'm going to first do the roll call to confirm a quorum. So beginning with Precinct 1.
Christine Pratt, Precinct 1.
Precinct 2, myself, Matt Tavares. Precinct 3.
Dale Weber, Precinct 3, where it all began.
Precinct 4.
Charlie Beautrain, Precinct 4.
Precinct 5.
Precinct 5, Mike Leary.
Precinct 6.
Robert Freeland, Precinct 6.
Precinct 7.
Beth Gregg, Precinct 7.
Precinct 8.
Sybil Holland, Precinct 8, in for George McKay.
Thank you, Sybil. Taking a note.
Precinct 9, Catherine Holmes.
Wow, jumping ahead of the gun. Precinct 10.
Precinct 10, Alan Costello.
Precinct 11.
Precinct 11, Christopher Merrill.
Precinct 12.
Precinct 12, Pat Adelman.
Precinct 13.
Precinct 13, Ron Riley.
Precinct 14.
Precinct 14, Jeanette Kelly.
Precinct 15.
Wrestling Brewster, where it continues, sorry.
Continues to be distracted. Precinct 16.
Humphrey Delafield here.
Precinct 17.
Joe Hutchinson here.
And Precinct 18.
Precinct 18, Carmen Lefrieri, in the middle of it all.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us here in the room and online. And if you would all join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, first order of business. You've all received your electronic packets. My first order of business is approving the minutes for September 29th and November 20th, 2025. I take a motion to accept.
Motion to accept.
Motion by Mr. Brewster. Do I have a second?
Second, Precinct 4.
I have a second from Mr. Beautrain. Any discussion? Hearing and seeing none, because we do have two participants remotely, I will call the roll. Precinct 1.
Approved, yes.
Precinct 2, approved. Precinct 3.
Approved.
Precinct 4.
Approved.
Precinct 5.
Abstain.
Precinct 6.
Approve.
Precinct 7.
Approve.
Precinct 8. Abstain. Precinct 9.
Approve.
Precinct 10.
Precinct 10, yes, approve.
Precinct 11.
Approve.
Precinct 12.
Approve.
Precinct 13.
Approve.
Precinct 14.
Approve.
Precinct 15.
Approve.
Precinct 16.
Abstain.
Precinct 17.
Approved.
And Precinct 18.
Approved.
All right, thank you very much. Those both pass, and we will get those posted to the town website. All right, our next order of business is a presentation or a brief presentation and synopsis from the League of Women Voters. They're going to be doing an upcoming public workshop on running for town meeting. And since we're all chairs of our precincts, I thought it would be a good idea to have them in, as well as they were hoping to come in, just to discuss what they're going to be talking about. And then in particular, if we know of anybody coming up in our precincts that may not be running again, maybe it'll help to, just beyond what you may talk to your neighbors about becoming town meeting members, it'll give them kind of a primer on how to run for town meetings. So I'd like to, I know Emily Tompkins and then.
My name is Deb Etzel.
And Deb Etzel, Etzel.
Etzel.
Yeah, are going to be giving us that presentation,
Well,
and then we can questions afterwards.
You've basically given most of what I was going to say, but
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
goodness, I'm
give it to
sorry, I
you
didn't mean to
anyway.
steal your thunder, but the
That's all
floor
right.
is yours.
I wanted to thank you for allowing us to appear tonight. As you know, the League of Women Voters of the Plymouth area is offering a workshop on February 5th, right here at 7 p.m. The goals are to educate members, community members, on the importance of town meeting and to encourage residents to run for the office of town meeting member. We understand that town meeting is an essential part of our town government, and our aim is to help educate and engage more people to take an active interest and get involved. In many elections, there are unfilled town meeting seats and some that are filled with just a few votes from a write-in candidate. We hope this session can help change that. Emily is going to detail for you the agenda we have planned in just a bit. But what we need from you, and Ken already said it, is all the help we can get in getting potential candidates or even just curious citizens. Just showing up doesn't mean you have to run, to come out and learn more about town meeting and maybe about running for office. We aren't limiting the participants to just those running for town meeting, as the information provided will be beneficial to anyone interested in running for the first time for local office. We chose town meeting to focus on because there is a potential need for quite a few new members to run. So we thought we would put that out there as an enticement. And I'll let Emily tell you how the workshop will progress, and then we can answer any questions that you might have.
Excellent, thank you. So as Deb was mentioning, this event is for all different kinds of people. Anyone in the community is welcome to join us. Residents who just want to learn about how Plymouth town government works, people who have won write-in campaigns for town meeting, or people who have been on town meeting, maybe they want a refresher or some tips about how to campaign in their precinct. Please think of if you have anyone you've been interacting with, any constituents or colleagues that might have an interest. So here for the brief overview, I'm going to go over our tentative agenda. So I will be facilitating the event. Some other volunteer roles I have is serving on the town's Advisory and Finance Committee and the Master Plan Committee. Increasing participation in local government and helping people understand it is a passion of mine. Our first speaker will be middle school civics teacher, town meeting member, redevelopment authority committee member, and chair of the Plymouth Center Steering Committee, Harrison Quinn. Harrison will explain the basics for how our town government works, what town meeting members do, how to prepare for town meeting, and the role of the Advisory Finance Committee and caucus meetings, and also what to expect the day of town meeting. I'll close this section touching on other elected positions and also how to see the availability of other appointed positions on boards and committees, just some other ways about how to get involved locally. Next, Kelly McElthery, Town Clerk, and Tyler Hazard, Election Coordinator, will discuss paperwork with deadlines, electioneering, and election day conduct. Really appreciate their partnership. After that, we'll hear from COPC Chair, Town Meeting Member, and Distinguished Visitors Committee Member, Matt Tavares, and also Harrison Quinn again, hearing how they outreach in their precinct and campaign in their neighborhoods. After that, we will take questions from our participants and break into some mingling so that people can ask questions one-on-one to our presenters. We really want to be accommodating and welcoming and, not have people be too shy. We also have town meeting member Leanna Patton to help us with smaller discussions as well. So thank you for all our direct partners and all of you for helping help get some engagement in town meeting.
Thank you.
So what we really need is people to show up. I think we have a very interesting program, and like I said, you don't have to be running for anything. You might just want to know what the heck is town meeting. So if you can reach out to those in your actual precinct, if you know somebody, send them along. There's no RSVP or whatever. Just need to show up, and we'll go from there. If there's any questions, Poppy?
It will be televised?
No, it won't be televised, partly because we want to do it as a workshop to part of it, and keep it more informal.
So you really need to show up.
Yeah, you really need to come. Yeah, you need to, like, you guys are all televised, but there's nobody in this room.
Oh, you'd be surprised sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Right. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. We have two eminent guests in the back there. But, yeah, and it's truly, we're not going to be handing you papers and say, you're running now. It's really just to get you a little bit more aware of what's going on, and hopefully we can pick up a few more members. And if it's really successful, we can run it again, and we can try to do it a little different format maybe and get it televised, but.
Sure. As far as also helping you within the workshop, there was a subcommittee of this group that put together a town meeting handbook, and there's a wealth of information in there on
Great.
running for town meeting. It was done in conjunction with different offices throughout town hall here, along with the moderator, assistant moderator. So it would definitely probably be something to reference when you're speaking to these.
Right, do we have copies of that?
We do not
Oh, it's
publish
just on-
copies of that. It's all available online. It's a
Okay.
PDF. You can go right through it.
Right. And if any of you want to come and be part of the workshop, feel free.
Or any other questions or comments from the group or online?
I just have one last thing.
Oh, sure, sorry.
If there aren't any other questions. So we also have a companion event, Where Do Your Taxes Go? We ran one in 2023. Lynn Barrett also just published the new graphic of where your taxes go. So this panel discussion is led by Derek Brindisi and Chris Campbell. So that's the following Thursday on February 12th at 7 p.m. This will be live streamed, also in person and recorded, thanks to the local scene. I know it's a hot topic in town right now. And again, this is just for, people who may be new to town government. They're not really sure, what to make of things. So we really want to have our audience feel like they can understand the material and, feel encouraged by the conversation. So I have just a double flyer for you all. We also have these events posted on our Facebook page, and I'll be doing some more promoting as well. So, in our website, and just wanted to pass these out. Thank you.
Great. Well, thank you very much. And this is a great opportunity to educate the the population of Plymouth a little bit between how their government works, how to get involved in their government, and also on taxes and where the taxes go. So thank you very much. I
This
really
will be
appreciate you.
the third time we've done this program. We've done it about every 2 years, and it's been very well received in the past. And I think this year it might be even more people wondering. It just gets down to the nitty gritty, like, how much is for busing? How much is for whatever, so that people can really get a feel on an individual personal level where their money is going to end up.
Well, thank you both for coming in this evening. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I know I'll see you in February, and hopefully some of the other faces here will drag along some of their neighbors and friends. So, all right. Thank you guys. Okay. So our next, as we all know, and I know we all pay attention, we're getting into Springtown meeting, obviously the budget. And as usual, the budget is something that we take a look at very seriously. I've dedicated, as you saw on your agenda, at the end of the agenda, there's going to be 4 meetings dedicated to budget articles, February 9th, February 19th, March 9th, and March 19th. And those are the meetings that are before town meeting, which is on April 11th. Before I get into a couple other items, as we all know, we have serious, long discussions already in the last week and a half regarding the budget. And I'd like to, we've reached out to the local scene to discuss with them, because this could potentially be long meetings. If we would like to start at 6 p.m. When we go through those next 4 meetings, I'd like to, open it up for either a motion so that we could discuss it. We would have to vote on it. All right. Pompey makes a motion to
start the next couple of meetings at 6.
has a motion on the floor to start the next 4 meetings at 6 p.m. Do I have a second?
I'll second that. Precinct 4.
I got about 3 seconds, so whoever you saw, Kristen. Okay, so now I'd like to have discussion on it and see if people have feelings either way. Go ahead. Pat.
I understand the need to do it for these 4 meetings before town meeting, but I just don't want it to be forever. Because I think we already had a discussion and 6 p.m. was too early for most members.
Understood, and Pompey's motion on the floor is for just the next 4 meetings discussion.
Thank you.
Discussing spring annual town meeting, and maybe 7 o'clock might be too late for me, as tongue-tied as I am already. Any other questions or comments or thoughts on it? Hearing and seeing none, I'm going to call for the roll on this. The motion from Mr. Delafield is to move the next 4 meetings to 6 PM here. Same dates that you see in your packet. I'll adjust the agenda to 7 PM if this to 6 PM if this passes. But we'll start with Precinct 1.
Yes.
Precinct 2, yes. Precinct 3.
Yes.
Precinct 4.
Yes.
Precinct 5.
Yes.
Precinct 6.
Yes.
Precinct 7.
Yes.
Precinct 8. Precinct 9.
Yes.
Precinct 10.
Precinct 10, yes.
Precinct 11.
Yes.
Precinct 12.
Yes.
Precinct 13.
Yes.
Precinct 14.
Yes.
Precinct 15.
Yeah, if we have it catered.
You can bring a granola bar. Precinct 16.
Yes.
Precinct 17.
Yes.
Precinct 18.
Yes.
We got to watch the budget, President.
That's right.
All right. Thank you all for entertaining that. I think that'll help us get through things. As we know, even in the fall, we had one meeting that was a marathon meeting as well. So I'm just trying to help with that. Before we get into the next point of this discussion, I have 2 more points to bring up. You'll be seeing, Kristen and I have been, or mainly Kristen, has been reaching out to different article presenters. If you look on the Advisory and Finance website or the Select Board, there's a number of different dates that they have that the presenters will be presenting. So we're trying to work within that and keep them all very close together. And we do have presenters set up for February 9th. And just to give you a preview of coming attractions, February 9th, we'll be going over Articles 30 through 34. Those will be from David Gould and his department. If you want to do a little pre-homework on that, those articles are being presented to the Select Board on the 27th of January, Advisory and Finance on the 28th of January. We will also, on February 9th, go over all of the CPC articles. Those are Articles 25 through 29. They will also be before the Select Board on February 3rd and before Advisory and Finance on February 4th. And then we'll also be entertaining Article 22, and that will be before the Select Board on, I believe, 210 and Advisory and Finance on 211. So we'll be the first ones on that article before it goes before the Select Board and Advisory and Finance. We are working through the other dates, but I can tell you that the Town Manager and the Director of Finance have confirmed with us that they will be in on February 19th. And those will be, budget overview, obviously, as we usually get from them, but then they'll also be going through, and this, again, we're still in draft warrant phase. So at the moment, I'll call it Articles 1 through 19. And then we'll have Laura Lind in also for Articles 20 and Article 21. And we're still, sorry, Article 21 has actually been pulled. Article 20 for Lauren Lynn. Then, and who knows, we could have other articles pulled at some other point, and we'll work however we can through that. And then we've reached out, we're going to be breaking up the remaining articles over March 9th and March 19th. And as we get people confirmed, Kristen and I will make sure that on the agenda where it says next COPC meetings, we'll tell you which articles they are and who's presenting. We're going to update it as fast as we possibly can, so everyone can plan. So those are the kind of the 3 things I wanted to discuss underneath this, but then I also wanted to allow time for the COPC to just bring to my attention or the committee's attention any articles of particular interest that we want to make sure that we have somebody in, and if they think that there needs to be another party involved, that they would like involved in discussion of an article, I would entertain listening to that now. So we're in that planning stages. These are going to be 4 packed meetings. So I open the floor to any of you to discuss, and I will even entertain for a little while discussion of our current state of affairs. So I open it to the floor and online. Yeah, Mr. Delafield. Yeah.
21 has been pulled. Has anything else been pulled?
Not that I know of right yet. Again, we're still in the draft phase of this. So if things are pulled, I have actually had the thought to just have Kristen email you as a group, as, you know, kind of just to let you know, so that you can all kind of skip over that, less homework to do. All right. I'm sorry, I can't hear. Oh, yeah, exactly. We found that. We just found out about that one at 3:00 today. As we know, and then the moderator, you know, there are some citizens petitions on here, and we know that the moderator weighs in on those. And so we'll see if we hear some or we don't hear some. Anything else with any? Yeah, Mr. Brewster, go ahead, please.
Obviously, you're going to have the school board come in and present about their budget, and the finance committee and all that. I think it's an important time, you know, Ella, the current situation we're in. I think it's important that I've always thought that COPC should be involved from the beginning on the budgetary process. I just think that it's time that town meeting really got involved in the budget, not just voting on it in April. We need to be involved in this budget because there's a lot of moving pieces, and I think that we have to make some tough decisions, and I think the school board in particular really needs to be, you know, we can't just say, oh, you know, you're going to take away the children's education. If you look at the budget, we got to look at the budget, and we've got to look at every part of the budget. You know, I think that, you know, now's the time. If we wait till town meeting to really dig into this budget, and we're going to be sitting there going, well, either thumbs up or thumbs down, and now's the time. And I'm very concerned that we're going to let another year go and another budget go without really delving into it. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll definitely reaching out to the school committee and Dr. Campbell to have them in. We've had them in the past, and I would continue that. As far as you were alluding to the finance committee, I assume that advisory and finance committee, FinCom, they have never really given us a presentation before. Do you want to have someone here as a representative from advisory? I'm just trying to figure out that piece.
I would love to have, the more we're involved in the budgetary process, the better. And I think that letting the chair of FinCom come in and give us, this is where we're at, this is what we're looking at, because I think that we are the elected officials that are supposed to be representing our taxpayers. And we need to let them know how concerned, but also how we want to know about it. And I think that's important.
Sure. I think that the way we look at this process here, and we're having a general discussion, I think it would be good to have a representative from the FinCom committee. Obviously, they have a lot of meetings going on, so they could kind of rotate through who they see fit to be here with vice chair or chair or even committee members. I do, you know, we don't create the budget, but if we're in this early process, we can talk about the direction that we see things going. So FinCom can think about this when they're making their recommendations during these presentations. And I think that piece is a very good idea. I'm absolutely fine with that. We can be a very good, beginning sounding board, of this. So I'll definitely have Kristen reach out on that. Catherine?
Just a couple of quick comments. So we always had an advisory in finance, the chair of the advisory in finance. When Chris was the chair of the COPC and when I was, we had that chair come to all of our meetings and they always attended. There's been a shift in that in the last few years, just with the reorganizations within advisory and finance. And I think Kevin was really the representative that would always come. Having said that, though, the advisory and finance has always been incredibly welcoming for every town meeting member to come to the advisory and finance meetings where they're talking about all these articles in the budget. I don't necessarily think that we've taken the opportunity to attend. I do know that they meet an enormous amount. So the opportunity is there. I'm not clear what specifically we would be asking them of, other than them coming before when we're reviewing articles that we've already agreed on that we're going to talk through. If we really want to make decisions and comments, I think we should consider that it may be more powerful to sit in the advisory and finance meetings instead of them having to come here.
I hear that. I still think I'm going to make that option, especially considering that we're hybrid, so they don't actually have to be here in person. They could be online. Just so everyone's aware, Advisory and Finance started hearing articles yesterday, and they have 6 more meetings regarding that. It's all on their portion of the town website and which articles are which days. So I would also encourage what you said there, Catherine, to voice your opinion, have your other precinct members or the general public attend those meetings to voice their concerns. But I think it's a good idea to see if we can get someone to at least be online to listen, to hear directions, because we will be hearing some of our articles before they hear them, technically. So, but they'll know about them. Yeah. All right, so I've got Pat, and then I've got Chris.
I just want to say, no matter what the budget is, we're the ones that vote on it, so the buck stops here. And I would like to see, before fall town meeting, we didn't approve budget items unless they were emergent. This year, we approved like a lawyer and a paralegal and things that usually occur during Springtown meeting. And I think we have to get back to sticking to the budget in the Springtown meeting. And I would like, nobody has a crystal ball, but if we could hear from the number crunchers before we're asked to approve articles during fall town meeting or even Springtown meeting. But I don't think we should be blaming like the select board or the finance department. It's up to us to be more diligent. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Sure. I think you're preaching to the choir. Mr. Merrill.
Yeah, I just want to echo the comments that have been made. Yeah, I agree with, especially Mr. Brewster. I think early collaboration with FinCom. I think we're a little too late to the ball game now since they've gone through a lot of their budget meetings with a lot of the department heads, but something to definitely consider for next fiscal year. I know that the FinCom does do their budget presentation all in one night as well. So maybe if we can link up with the chair to see when they're going to hold that meeting. And I would highly recommend all the COPC members to either participate hybrid or in person to get a flavor of the FinCom's recommendations for the budget for the respective departments that they oversee. And then with that, I think, we do have our fiscal responsibility as town meeting members, but FinCom and the select board, they set the cadence. And FinCom in particular, we hold a lot of reliance on FinCom to help with the budget. Because some people on FinCom are very well versed in finance, and some town meeting members aren't. They have their strong suit in other areas. So with that, that's all I need to say. Thank you.
Anyone else? Either in the room or online? Mr. Hutchinson?
Are you asking for requests now for participants to come talk to us?
Sure. I mean, there's a number of presenters for each article, but if there's someone in particular that you'd like to hear from, I'd like to get a sense from, I'm trying to set up the schedule,
Yeah.
right? And there's
Yeah.
certain people that, due to the other meetings that they have to attend for town meeting, I have to work around that. But if there's someone else that that you feel is of particular importance, maybe I can move them up if someone's not available. It's a lot of moving pieces here,
know.
when we're trying to set the schedule.
So I was going to suggest maybe that representative of the Capital Committee come in. I went looking today for their list of items that they're proposing. And there's a packet that's 532 pages. And that's a lot to go through. And I'd like to know what their priorities are. I couldn't tell from that packet. I'd also like to know how they did their prioritizing and what their rationales were for recommending 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. However they went through it, I'd like to know how they did it. So there's that. The other person that I would like to talk to us is Lee Filson. Every year, Article 20 right now is the appropriation for advertising the town and the town promotion fund, as it were. And so Lee can come in and tell us about our efforts at tourism and what our funding outlook looks like across the next year or 2 years, based on the budget that she gets and the future that she has in her radar.
Sure. I'll see if we have Laura Lynn the planning director coming in to speak on that article. She's the one that's presenting it to everyone else, but I will ask Lee if she can come in with that as well. It'll be up to her. I don't have subpoena power. Anyone else or any other articles or other different people? That's those are great suggestions, Joe. Thank you so much. All right, hearing and seeing none, I will just let you know, just stay tuned. I'm going to try and keep you updated as quickly as possible because a lot of this stuff has a lot of meat to it behind the scenes, and we're going to get you documents as fast as we can. If there's something that you didn't think of before this evening, shoot Kristen an email, myself an email, call me, whatever you need to do. I'm more than happy to entertain that. I think this is probably going to be one of the more scrutinized budgets that we've seen in probably the last 15, 20 years for sure, if not longer than that. All right. Seeing no further discussion on that, just going to move on to some new business. I just have 2 items. One kind of dovetails to the last thing. Start scheduling your caucuses. I know some of you have already, but when you do that, if you could just shoot a quick email to Kristen just to let them know your dates, it's kind of hard for her to keep up with them along with her other duties. Like if you could just send a quick email, Precinct 2 is having 2 meetings, they're hybrid, they're at this location, and then send her the link if it's hybrid, if it's, or just let her know that it's only in person, that's fine too, or if it's 100% Zoom. The usual drill that we kind of go through that we all went through this past fall. Just let Kristen know so she can compile the list, because as soon as we get that over to advisory and finance, and they start scheduling out people to be at our caucuses, and then get those into Kelly, obviously, so they can be posted on the town website. The other piece of new business, I just hopefully most of you saw it in your email inbox. February 26th. The town clerk is going to be doing an open meeting law training session It's going to be at 6 p.m. here, right in this room at Town Hall. They're going to be doing this training course for all committee members in Plymouth to discuss open meeting law. A representative from KP Law will be in person to present how to best comply to the open meeting law. I know I'm planning on being here. I think it's something that we all could always use a refresher on. So you can respond to the email that came from Kelly. She is looking for an RSVP so that they can plan accordingly and make sure they have enough room. And I think that, you know, if you pass that along to any other committee members that you know, but even your vice chairs, have them attend in case they need to attend a meeting instead. That being said, I have nothing else to announce. Does anyone have any new business before the COPC? Hearing and seeing none. Any old business? Mr. Costello.
Just as old business, just to ask you if you've got any room in the upcoming agendas for a line item I asked for from the finance department, which might be beneficial at this time, but to go over or have them come in and do a presentation on all the revenue streams that we incur as a town and how they impact or might impact the budget. You know, some of them as simple as the crematory, town real estate leases,
That's great.
marijuana, host tax, things of that nature. On the school side, when we did the fields 5 years ago, one of the caveats were they were going to be able to rent them out for college and tournaments.
Those fees.
I'd like to know if that materialized.
That-
It doesn't have to be very long, 10, 15 minutes. Just go down the revenue side of things that we don't think of day in and day out.
Right. You know, other than our excise tax or real estate.
Yeah, those are the big
taxes
ones
or-
you think
yeah,
about, sure.
Yeah.
But what are some of the lesser ones that might add up, or maybe we disregard them because they don't add up to much?
Because they're so.
But at least I like to know.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's I do remember when we had our, what are we looking for this year? You did have that discussion. I'll reach out to the finance director to see if they can even work that into when they're coming in to present as well. Or what other date may work.
Yeah, if
for
it's
her,
no
just
additional
to-
burden to them, the primary thing is the budget.
Yep.
But, you know,
This is part of it.
yeah, if we can fit it in, that'd be
Fair
great.
question.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else? Any other old business? Okay, hearing and seeing none, I ask for public comment. And hearing and seeing none, either here in the room or I don't see anyone online.
Motion to adjourn.
I'm going to do Pompey this time just to break your streak, and then, but I'll have Mr. Brewster was a second. All those in favor, thank you all very much, and stay tuned to your emails. We'll have something out to you very shortly for February 9th, because it'll be here before we know it. Thank you.